What have the Iranians actually said about the attacks claimed by Saudi?
The Iranians have repeatedly said that they don't want a war. They're not preparing for one, although they'd be prepared if they were attacked. They've said that they don't want to escalate tensions. And we had the Iranian ambassador to the United Nations saying yesterday that the intelligence that the Americans have leaked to various newspapers in the US is fake, or it's manufactured intelligence and information produced in order to create an environment in the Persian Gulf region that would basically set off a conflict. It's not something that they want, and they said this repeatedly. We spoke to one of the vice presidents here in Tehran a couple of days ago, and she reiterated this point. And she said that if the United States wants to talk with Iran, the best thing they could do is go back to zero and go back to the JCPOA and lift all the sanctions.
Annmarie, what does this all mean for the price of oil?
Well, it's a very interesting question because short term we could see this oil price premium depending on any movement and tensions evolving in the Middle East. And this meeting coming up in Jeddah will be highly focused on Iran, the one member of the OPEC that's not there. But longer term, people are also looking at the fact that we still don't have a deal between Beijing and Washington. What does that mean for global growth? That's weaker demand, and also U.S. shale. So it's kind of a tightrope on where we go with the oil prices depending on short term and long term demand and supply issues.
What can OPEC Plus do at the weekend?
Well, they'll be talking, of course, about Iran, whether or not they're going to fill that supply gap. But likely this meeting is going to be laying down the framework. It's the first time we're going to hear from Russia after contaminated oil from Russia, the first time we're going to hear from all of them after the Iranian sanctions.